My head's on the chopping block. What's up, family? It's Marv. OneRepAtAtime.net. Going to do an exercise tutorial for the Z press, named after Zydrunas, one of the world's strongest men ever. He created this. It's what he attributes his, I believe it's 480-pound log press, which is insane. So there's actually a couple ways to do this. So we're going to go over with a barbell. There's two variations of it, and kettlebells. So we're going to go over all three variations. So with all of our exercise tutorials, I kind of forgot to say this, we're going to show you the setup, coaching points, mental cues, tips, tricks, all of that good stuff. Then we're going to demonstrate it, and then with us in your ear, so to speak, until you feel confident and competent to do this exercise on your own. I'm going to do your first few warm-up or working sets together. So I'll do it with you, and I'll coach you through everything step by step until you're ready to do this totally solo without having to watch the video. So we're going to start with the barbell, then we'll go to the kettlebell variation. This is an old strongman exercise like I talked about, so I'm going to show you how strongmen typically will perform this exercise, and then show you an alternative way. Now, because this is a functional lift, and whenever I program this into clients' routines, it's for, typically I do it at the tail end of either a strength phase or they're in the middle of a power phase. So I think it's a super important lift, but because we're doing it for functionality, I'm more inclined to do it strongman style versus, I guess more traditional weightlifting style. So obviously I'm sitting down with my legs spread out. Now, this alone is going to require a lot of hip mobility and just mobility in general. So if you're unable to sit up nice and tall with your legs spread out, you're not ready for this exercise. So work on your mobility before you do this, because what's going to want to happen if you don't have mobility is you're going to want to hunch over and you're not going to be nice and tall. You have to be up super tall, be able to retract your shoulder blades. And then what I tell everybody is flex your quads the entire time. If my legs aren't flexed, easy for me to fall backwards. So flex your quads the entire time, up nice and tall, and then you're going to have the bar set on safety bars. Now, strongmen like to have it above their chin. I've seen other guys start it way down below by their chest, like a traditional military press. I like to have it somewhere in between, so right there, my head's on the chopping block. This is how I like it. Now, you're going to grip it the same width you do an overhead press, and a powerlifting coach, Mark Ripito, is a big fan on how you grip the bar. Lead with your pinkies, wrap it in, so when you come under, the bar is in the middle of my hand. It's on like the fat pad, it's not on my fingertips, so you're going to have a lot better grip. I do not like doing any sort of overhead pressing with a thumbless grip personally. A lot of people say do that. I don't think it's worth the risk. Now, we do have the safety bars, so at least the safety bars are going to catch it, but it can still fall on your head. We don't want that. So you sit up nice and tall with the bar set on safety bars. Okay, you do the same width, lead with your pinkies, grab it. Now, this is how strongmen do it, where they flare out, they come under, they press up, and they come back. They reset, they come over, they press up, and they come back. So this whole coming under it is totally optional. I think that forces you to generate a lot of power momentum. So that's up to you, but again, you have to be upright. Now, because it is an overhead press, you probably noticed my head, I put my head through the window, I lock out, I hold it up top, and I come down. And I'm trying not to slam it, but easier said than done. Come under, head through the window. I'm not looking up, because one, you're gonna fall back, and two, that puts your upper back in bad alignment. Boom, holds, lock everything out, and come back. So this is the strongman style. If you notice, when I'm doing it, I'm not really making eye contact with you. I'm staring kind of straight ahead, so I'm looking at my lovely camera assistant's newly painted toes. So you want to look down. Now, a more traditional way would probably be have the bar start lower, so the gripping's still the same, but you wouldn't have it come to a dead stop every time. You would kind of keep it nice and fluid. Kind of like this, keeps flexing those quads, nice and upright, stuff like that. And you can hear our neighbors, but we're going to keep going. Anyways, so I like to do from a dead stop because like a deadlift, you have to generate power and strength. So that's why I like it. If we're doing it functionality, let's do it the correct way. Letting that bar come to a dead stop and come. You could do this whole tucking the elbows thing. It's entirely up to you. Come up to the bar nice and tight, pinkies first. Okay, the breathing is breath in, up, breath out, down. Let it set. I'm gonna do it strongman style. Up, breath in. Okay, now I'll just do it a more traditional weightlifting. So up, breath in, up, breath in, up, breath in. So that is the exercise. Remember, put your head through the window as we press up, keep those shoulder blades retracted, lock it out, hold it for a count of 2, come back down. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with the kettlebells. When it comes to kettlebells, you're going to be in this rack position and pressing up. Now, with kettlebells, it's even more important than the bar is your natural inclination is to kind of hunch over and sink down. We need to be nice and tall, flex those quads. If we don't flex our quads, we're going to start leaning back. So we start with the rack position, sit up nice and tall. And it's this movement right here. I like to kind of keep my gaze steady down. I'm not a big fan of looking up. So sit up nice and tall, flex those quads, get in the rack position. So you can hear my breathing, right? Breathe out. And I've got to sit up nice and tall. Not hunch over, keep my quads flexed. If you notice, I'm not making eye contact with you. I'm looking kind of down. One more. And that's how you Z-press with kettlebells. All right, so now that you know how to do with kettlebells and with barbells, let's do that first few warm-up or working sets together. Let's do it how I prefer to do it, coming from a dead stop. We will not do the strongman little elbow rise and tuck, but we'll have it come to a dead stop, so I will do my best to gently put it down. So you come to the bar, legs are spread, sit up nice and tall, flex those quads. So don't let yourself hunch over, nice and tall. Your sternum still has to be pointing upwards. Grab the bar like you would with overhead press, lead with the pinkies, close the thumb grip, get it underneath, take a breath in, press up overhead, head through the window, breathe out. Inhale on the way down, let it settle, breath in, up, head through the window, breath out, lock out, back down. Good, let it settle, up, head through the window, out. And keep sitting up nice and tall, flex those quads. Out. Inhale in on the way down, keep sitting up nice and tall, chest up. Breath in, press up, head through the window, exhale. Keep flexing those quads. I know, easier said than done. Inhale, let it settle. Breath in, push up, head through the window, exhale. Sit up nice and tall, breath in on the way down. Let it settle. Breath in, press up, head through the window, lock out, exhale. Keep flexing those quads. Good, 2 more. Breath in, push up, head through the window. Exhale, lock out at the top. Inhale on the way down. Last one, let it come to a dead stop. Press up, head through the window. Exhale, come back down. And that's how you Z-press, 1 rep at a time.